Yeah, well, on what the big difference is that well, I would say the big difference is that the tower, it moves from left to right across the that space between the one team's plat and the middle of the map. And so the first big fight while pushing the tower does take place at that plat area. And we are going to see in zones teams do try to retake through that space and try to defend the zone from there. So that is a similarity between the zones and tower, but after that is where it diverges, because the tower, it shifts the action so that it's all happening in one spot and then all happening in the other spot. Whereas on zones, the defending team is going to have to watch from both sides for potential attackers.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see. You're a Wiper player, so that high skirmish weapon. I'm looking at Dragoon for Off the Shore is a Tetris player, so probably filling a similar role, going to that enemy elbow, trying to draw eyes away from the zone to waste their time as that timer's ticking down. That's what I think we're going to see from Off the Shore. We're going to see if they can execute it. But, I mean, Aerospray that we're seeing from Showtime should be pretty good on a map like or a mode like Zones where you need that paint. We shall see. I am, as anytime I see Aerospray, I'm pressing a little bit of doubt. What's the button? Is it press X to doubt or press F to doubt?
It's X. It's
X.
F to pay respects and
F to pay respects
and X to doubt.
I'm pressing a slight press of X, very slight, anytime I see Aerospray. But I'm ready for Showtime to prove it to me.
Okay, Aerospray RG. That's the gold one with Booyah Bomb, right?
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah, and so that might be something that will be useful here. They have I think that's the one with is that the sprinkler sub weapon?
Yeah, it's the Mega Booyah Grinder. Well, let's see. I mean, I'm not up to date on my Aerospray knowledge, but we're gonna see what kind it is. Yep, that is the kind they're rolling out here, and I like this comp from Off the Shore. It's gonna like to fight, Jordan.
Yeah. They don't have a dedicated backline player.
Oh!
Is that a disconnect?
DC.
Oh, man. Main
wow.
stage disconnect.
They said it couldn't be done on LAN, but yet we have managed to do it.
Yeah. I saw that X, but I didn't see anything corresponding to it on the map. So that's we'll see how it goes from here. But interestingly, that team composition from Off the Shore, the Aerospray, the S-Blast, the Tetras, and the Stamper, no real backline, as well as no Tacticooler.
No cooler, which is kind of crazy. And I mean, we've got 3 fighting weapons and 1 Aerospray that's kind of really trying to hold everything together with the paint. So they are truly going to have to paint support a lot for that squad. On the other side, for the Tenta Missles in question, I don't know if you noticed, they're not playing any Tenta Missles. So what's going on? Why would you name yourselves that?
Well, maybe they are the Tenta Missles in question.
That could be. They're the 4 Tenta Missles who are always hunting you. Wow, already launched Tenta Missles. But they did have Cooler, I saw from that edit. So do you think that is enough of an advantage for them? Is Cooler that strong where it tips the scales in their favor?
Yeah, I know that there are players who say on Splat Zones in particular, that Cooler is mandatory. I recently saw a tier list that Prochara put out indicating as such that Tacticooler is mandatory in Splat Zones in particular, but of course that is just referring to the highest level. That is just referring to what we might see in the gold bracket semifinals and finals, and there are coolerless comps that can make it work. I'm not sure if I saw any on the recent Area Cup Top 16. I don't think there were. They had a pencil or an edit or a zap on most of their comps, but I feel like it can still be absolutely done, because at what we're seeing in bronze pools in particular, the weapons are absolutely not what determines a match. It's really what the players do with them, and you could say that at every level, but it's just at the top where it really makes a little bit of a difference, enough to tip the scales. But here anything can happen, and nothing is mandatory.
Agreed. Like we always say, there was that one team relatively early on in Splat 3's lifestyle with a Dynamo and a Sploosh that won low ink. It's like kind of the equivalent at this tournament. Bronze and silver, anything goes. If you're good enough with a weapon, you can kind of shirk the meta a little bit and be able to win with whatever you'd like. And we're seeing that here. I am excited for this DC to get sorted out so that we can see this Aerospray and this S-Blast cook on these map modes. I'm curious to see what the whole set looks like the 5-game set, and kind of see if we can plot it out, because one thing I love to do with Ludi sets in particular, because they're so long, is kind of see the pace of how sets progress, because we're starting with zones. Is that a good one to start with, or like we saw in the last set, you don't want it as your game 2 when you're already frantic, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I do think that people do like to start sets on zones. At least tournament organizers will sometimes have every set start on zones for certain tournaments. But like a lot of people do really enjoy Splat zones. It's often not a mode, at least, that has major detractors in particular. But zones, it's also the mode that is most likely to end in a knockout, because it takes less work to, it takes just as much work to start scoring points as it does to get the knockout. You don't have to push any further to get the knockout than you do to score points at all. That's different from modes like Tower and Rainmaker, where you have to go pretty far into the enemy's base. And in the case of Clams, it's just that scoring points is a slower process than it is in zones.
Yeah, I agree completely, where you can win the game in zones without ever having to go into the opposing base, as long as you just catch them on a trickle coming out of their base. So in that sense, right, it can be tough to hit a zones map when you're already down 0-2 or 0-1 and you're already playing kind of frantic. Zones is a really good equalizer to say, all right, you're both in neutral, not only in this game, but in the whole set, and let's see what happens when you're both even. And then beyond that, we'll see what happens. But it looks as though, man, I'm hearing some good noises. I'm hearing some noises that sounds like we're in the shoal, that sounds like we're readying up. Seems as though the internet problems have been solved. Jordan, I'm excited.
Yeah, you say internet, but really it's intranet.
You're right.
Intranet here.
I said internet because I'm so used to that being the only reason why DC's happening.
Yeah, but just the hardware here. Now it looks like we do have that same comp as we would expect coming out from both of those teams. And another thing that we didn't even talk about, that's a Sorella Tentabrella coming out from off the shore. Two of their players didn't put down their weapon compositions in the team information, and we see that Tenatech Splattershot and that Sorella Tentabrella with those tri-strikes to hold the zone, and the Trizuka to go on the offensive. One player down on each side right now. Neither team has captured the zone. 2 down on the side of the Tenta Missles in question. That's 3 going down. Now off the shore are in a good position. They have the numbers advantage and they have control of the zone.
Good start by Off the Shore. I'm liking what I'm seeing with some of these. Ooh, nice pick by Slim Job on the blaster. They are wasting the opponent's time off in the corners and then going in when that attention drifts. But the blaster will be picked, traded out, still in neutral. But neutral right now is bad for Tenta Missles. The Reef Slider getting one, the Booyah getting another. And oh my gosh, these points are going to get super, super low, Jordan.
Yeah, that's actually 2 Booyah bombs on the side of Off the Shore. Not just the Aerospray, but the S-Blast as well. And additionally, I did see that Zipcaster coming out, and I believe the Zipcaster itself got that splat directly onto the Heavy Edit Splatling, which is the provider of Tacticoolers for the Tenta Missles in question. And there they go down once again, then gets taken out by that S-Blast. And now they need that Tentabrella to get them into the zone. They're trying to put paint down on it. They do manage to stop it at 9 points remaining, and the Tri-Strikes are able to capture it and turn it into their color.
At last, the Tenta Missles in question have struck and have flipped the zone, but they have a long way to go to succeed. The Zip getting one is going to put a damper on that, but things are even 2v2. The Reef Slider's not able to find anything. The Roller there looks as though it might be getting a good pinch, but Micro the Tent, oh my gosh, using that Flings' range, getting the jumps in, and holy moly, the Tenta Missles in question are going to get, stuffed a double by Cannoli, looking for more, but can't. They still don't flip the zone, though, so even though they're losing bodies, Jordan, it looks like they're still going to get good points out of that.
Yeah, they did manage to get the zone back in their into their color, and they are already nicely cutting into that 69-point penalty that they got before. But now the tri-strikes coming back out do neutralize the zone, but they don't have, that is, the Tenta Missles in question do not have the pressure to push forward into the zone. Dinfire here getting taken out, getting pushed back by 2 players on the side of Off the Shore. Getting that 2v1 numbers advantage in a fight is huge, a huge difference to be able to win it. And now with 2 specials ready to go, that's a Booyah Bomb from the Arrow Spray, and the Reef Slider is coming out. It does get the pick on this way from behind, and the Tetras extending off of that, not quite able to take out Micro, but now all the penalty points are gone, and Off the Shore have taken that zone and taken game 1.
A strong game for Off the Shore, similar to what we saw in game 1 of last time. A little hiccup from them in the middle, but mostly dominant, mostly yellow throughout the whole time. And I mean, Slim Java with those crazy picks up front, Cannoli with the nice double with the Stamper. We are seeing that it's clear that they know what their comp has to do. It has to fight, it has to go for those crazy plays and rely on that Arrow Spray to paint for them. They executed that exactly how they should have done there.
Something I noticed actually was that when Cannoli had Zipcaster, at least 2 Zipcasters, they went directly for the heavy edit Splatling. They went directly for Din, taking out that cooler provider. And in that 2v1, one of the players that they took out was Din on the heavy edit. Yeah. So it looks like Cannoli on the Splatana Stamper has taken on the responsibility of targeting that cooler source in particular, at not just the cooler source, but also their main anchor player with the longest range in that composition. And so being able to destabilize that and prevent them from gaining the kinds of advantage that they would from having a Tacticooler has been huge for allowing the rest of the players on Off the Shore to get the objective, to keep control of the objective, to watch the flanks, and to hold on to those points.
Yeah, it was a pretty good idea, and especially since we were noting before that Off the Shore didn't have cooler, they're saying it doesn't matter if we don't have cooler if you don't either, and we're going to make it sure that it stays that way. But we head into Rainmaker on Museum. Jordan, this one's a way quicker mode, as we've seen in the past. Who do you think that favors?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it favors Off the Shore, because Off the Shore, if they're able to get an advantage, they can absolutely take it. But on the other hand, a team that might not be able to consistently keep the pressure on might be able to just get one push that goes a little farther here. So the Tenta Missles in question could actually benefit from this. Here we see Micro on the left side fighting those Tetra dualies, and the Tetras do get taken out here by that support coming in from Micro's teammates. Now here comes a Booyah Bomb from Showtime here, as well as the Zipcaster. The Booyah Bomb is only tossed directly down, it seems, but there's a lot of yellow in mid, as Off the Shore are the first team to pick up the Rainmaker. That is the Aerospray player, so they're not sacrificing a whole lot of fighting power, but there they go, directly to that checkpoint. Even though Showtime does go down for it, getting that early checkpoint is going to be pretty good for them here in the first minute of this game.
Yeah, it seems as though they can't quite reverse this pop, but another huge numbers advantage with a nice combo from Slim Java. Oh, staring down this crab. Oh my gosh, don't tell me they're going to live this crab. No, that should have been a sure pick. The Rainmaker's going to be trying to move forward. Izzy looks like they're going to get caught out by the Booyah Bomb. This Rainmaker's living on the edge here, is going to get zuked, but is able to make it to 30.
Yeah, it looks like that Zuka was actually in mid. They might have dropped down or gone for a flank there. Micro getting that Trizuka out to prevent Off the Shore from scoring any more points. They did make it all the way to the 30-point mark, but that is absolutely something that the Tenta Missles in question could be able to do, especially with that Tentabrella. If they know how they can use that Tentabrella to provide a moving shield for the Rainmaker to move forward in, if they're able to set up a play like that, that could be absolutely huge. As the Rainmaker resets here, we see that the teams, no one is set up on everyone.
Oh,
whoa,
my
whoa, whoa, whoa.
That Reef Slider was crazy. It destroyed any tiny advantage that the Tenta Missles may have had gained throughout that first 2 minutes, and now Off the Shore is rolling again, fighting Izzy, picks cleanly as Dragoon's sweeping in, looking for more, but it looks like they have another fight ahead of them on this plat.
Yeah, using those dodge rolls to get in and out after that pick. Cannoli backing up to pick up the Rainmaker, trying to get up onto that side, not able to get that just yet. That movement being something that that is giving a little bit of more time to the Tenta Missles in question, and that is enough time for the Rainmaker to get taken out there. We see Din already up onto top mid, getting into that fight with Slim Java and getting taken out. I think that might have been a direct hit from that blaster, but Slim Java does jump out after getting caught in that blue ink over here. Izzy here with another crab tank, using that alongside the splatter color screen, but two players from Off the Shore moving forward. One goes down, but that Reef Slider gets another pick, and now it's just the Flame Revolver, another wipeout for Off the Shore.
And they are rolling. Let's see how far they can get past 30, but Izzy's already respawned. The Booyah's coming in, diving on the Rain, is able to get one, but can't get the Rain. The Rain's going to be going forwards. Another jump coming in, picked by the Tent. The Tent has to drop. 3 go down. A wipeout for the Tenta Missles. Terrific defense to not allow them to score any more points, and they are moving fast.
Yeah, that is great stuff here. They have that wipeout, so it is safe for them to let the Rainmaker reset. I'm not sure if they would want to try and push it faster quickly. They've got 3 specials coming out, but the cooler is so far away that it doesn't give any benefit to Micro on that Tent. They are too far away to get that cooler quick respawn here. But now Din trying to hold off the players from Off the Shore coming in from that right side. Izzy gets a trade here, but now that Off the Shore have picked up the Rainmaker once again, they are going to try to bring it all the way to that plat area. They're going up onto the spinner, going over the top, dropping it down, but just wasting the time of the Tenta Missles in question is going to be enough, because they haven't even been able to bring the Rainmaker past the midpoint of this map so far.
Yeah, this is a shocking, amazing, very impressive defense from Off the Shore. Like you said, not having a lot of score yet, but 3 down and a jump out. This is the opportunity for the Tenta Missles in question. Unfortunate that the Rainmaker reset there, but you've got to have somebody pick that up, try and make a fight for the check here. Micro's going to be looking for it, but it's not painted. Getting in, scrambling back, and now 30 seconds left. It could be anybody's game, but maybe Off the Shore has another Reef Slider in store for them.
Yeah, great work from Micro, surviving that Booyah Bomb after bringing the Rainmaker to the checkpoint. However, with 2 going down on that side, Cannoli gets traded back out here, but that's 3 down on the side of the Tenta Missles in question. They do not have much time here. Din being the only one alive, they get the Tacticooler out, but the team is having to jump in without them now, and now Micro out here with that Tent shield. The Rainmaker hasn't even been popped. It's still over on the other side, and the Tenta Missles in question can't get to it in time to trigger an overtime.
Let me tell you, Jordan, I'm impressed with what we're seeing from Off the Shore. Going into it, I thought, okay, their comp is interesting, their comp is workable, but they are going to need that Aerospray to support, and they're going to need the other 3 Slayers to not play selfishly. And both of those things have happened. What I'm seeing is that all 3 of their skirmishers are going in. If they see resistance, they're just waiting. They're skirmishing, letting somebody else come in from an off angle. And if they see, okay, they're not looking at me anymore, then they dive. It just seems like every time the camera's on them, it's working out that way. It doesn't feel like they should be in bronze pools.
Yeah. Clearly, if there is a weakness to this team, that it's clear that the Tenta Missles in question haven't found it yet. They might need to, they might need to have to isolate that Aerospray and take them out and try and hold that numbers advantage, especially if they can put down more paint. They haven't, it seems, been able to match Off the Shore in paint output, and that is going to put them at a disadvantage, because we aren't seeing the paint numbers from these players, but I'm sure that that Aerospray, I'm sure that they are putting down 2,000 plus paint a game easily.
I believe it, yeah. And I mean, that's what's needed. If you have 3 other weapons that are going to be super greedy and be wanting to take these fights, you're going to need that Aerospray to be doing that. And that is a huge key to their victory. I'm going to eat my words. I'm not pressing X to doubt anymore. I want to see Off the Shore go 3-0 here. I think they can on Clamblitz Inkblot. Do you think they have to play this one any differently with that heavy midline comp they're running?
I really don't think so. I think that they know what they're doing. Oh, that's interesting. Din's Fire switching out that switching Izzy to the Zap for coolers with Din going to that heavy Splatling. The Wave Breaker here might be an interesting tool for them to hold back Off the Shore, especially with those Tetra dualies. And they might be struggling actually to find the enemy players in all of that paint. And they might want that Wave Breaker as well as perhaps the Sprinkler to put down more paint or to just find other players. That Booyah Bomb, though, it does take out this way. And now with 2 players going down on the side of the Tenta Missles in question, Off the Shore have a Power Clam that they want to bring. But Showtime gets taken out by Micro, it looks like. But the Booyah Bomb is enough to give another player on the side of Off the Shore enough space to pick up that Power Clam and start scoring.
Look at this. See, that's what I'm talking about. Dragoon on the dualies just fighting the shield so that their teammate can score clams on the other side. They're just really good at making sure they're taking those different angles. And especially if you're going to have Showtime coming up with Booyah picks, this team is looking real good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But now it looks like the Tenta Missles in question do have a presence in mid. That Sprinkler, though, still putting down paint there and taking out one angle for them to swim through at least. Slim Java makes a Power Clam, and that means that Tenta Missles won't have the Power Clam. Oh, that's a pick. That is a dual 1 by Slim Java here over Micro. One player jumping out with a Power Clam, and now the Clam economy is entirely in Off the Shore's favor here. They have the specials coming out. There's that Booyah Bomb swimming past the Wave Breaker, but they're not able to get in time, and this might be a push that is over at this point. But somehow Showtime still manages to get in. They score 1 more point, but no one else is left to pick up on it. The question is, are the Tenta Missles in question going to pick up that Power Clam under the basket? Because they won't get another one. No, they don't pick it up, which means that it'll still be there. They would have gotten a free Power Clam if they had picked that one up, but that's just something that it takes practice. It takes game knowledge and remembering it in the heat of battle to get these kinds of plays going. But no, getting taken out right in front of that head shield. Cannoli coming in, but doesn't get anything done with that Zipcaster.
Yeah, I'm really liking Micro on this Tentabrel. It's nice to see. Nice Zuka pick there after getting the zip rush down. And it looks like, can they find Slim Java on this side? The Splatling sure sees them, but they are pressing forward. It looks like they're trying to get some presence in plat here. Din's Fire, yeah, toss that ball up. Cannoli's looking for a flank here, but I mean, that's not a huge lead. Tenta Missles may be able to take the lead here if they're smart.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get those clams in. Micro is the last one there with clams, but is able to get them in. They need more than what they're holding though.
Throw it in, throw it in, throw it in, Tent, throw the clam.
There it is.
Oh my
gosh,
I was so worried that they wouldn't, and they're still getting picks up front from Micro. I don't think they're going to be able to get any more in on this basket, but man, this is a tight game, and now, Jordan, that 1 extra point that they got before, reducing Off the Shore's penalty to 10, is looming large, because that's going to be a big lead if they just pop.
Yeah. If Off the Shore, they are only in need of one more Power Clam to take the lead here, but this is the first time this set, I believe, that the Tenta Missles in question have held the lead. So are they going to be able to play ahead here? But no, Cannoli going straight for that backline, but Micro out in front.
Insane. Got the Splatling. Cannoli's rolling forward. Micro's gonna get picked from behind. That'll be the lead back for Off the Shore. The Booyah's coming in. The picks are rolling in for Tenta Missles. A lot coming in from this Booyah up top. Jumping out. Can they get any more? But they've already built themselves a huge cushion.
Yeah, that is a big score from Off the Shore. And even with one more clam going in, I think. But now, the Tenta Missles in question, they showed that they're able to get in. They used that tent as a shield to just get in. It looked like earlier, like Micro was pinging this way the on the left tripod, not this way, their teammate, but they wanted this way to come in with a power clamp. Unfortunately, that isn't what happened here, but now less than a minute left in the game. Dropping a power clamp is not going to be good here, and tossing another one aside. They're trying to juggle those two power clamps, but now they will need more than that to get in. Micro trying to get into this fight, able to get the pick on Dragoon here, and now there's not much time here. There's a Booyah Bomb that I hear coming out on the side, but Micro coming in, trying to get the pick on Showtime, able to get at least an assist. Din's Fire here, and with the Tacticooler coming out from Izzy. That is players putting in that fight in that narrow choke point area under here. Micro putting out another cooler. Not another cooler, a 10 shield, trying to get the power clamp in. They don't get it in, but Izzy is able to score, trying to pick up another one. They're down to 39 remaining. They don't have any clams in their possession, though. They need more than that. Micro is back, but they don't have the clams. The clams are nowhere to be found here. They managed to get that overtime push, but it wasn't quite enough.
And Off the Shore will set sail into the rest of Bronze Pools, riding high after a nice 3-0 sweep on stream. I don't have the standings pulled up in front of me because phones are banned around here, but I'm curious to see. They're probably sitting at 2-0 now, I would think.
You never know here. That could easily have been a set between two teams who were 1-0 or two teams who were 0-1 here. But I'm definitely glad that it really looked like the Tenta Missles in question were able they were really starting to find their stride there in that third game against this team. And they'll be up against a different team in the next set, but they will have more knowledge. They will have more information about what they can do that does work.